Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Jordan Schreier. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. Two expectant parents found out in a big hurry that childbirth is on its own schedule. Sarah Anderson went into labor at her home in Detroit Lakes last Thursday, and she and her husband soon realized they would not make it to the hospital.
And after the baby was born, they noticed some trouble. The umbilical cord was wrapped around the child's neck twice, and he didn't appear to be breathing. So they unwrapped the cord and started CPR.
I can't believe this is happening, but get it together. You have to get it together. We have to just do this. You have no other choice.
After several minutes of life-saving efforts, the color on their son's face began to return to normal and he was breathing.
And doctors at the hospital say there were no further complications. Minnesota's Stillwater State Prison is now on lockdown after an inmate attacked a corrections officer. State corrections officials say a prisoner targeted the sergeant in a living unit yesterday morning. Other guards quickly responded and they did contain that incident.
The officer was not badly hurt. Last year, assaults inside Minnesota prisons led to the deaths of 2 employees and injuries to more than a dozen others. The union representing corrections officers is urging the legislature to hire 327 more officers.
It's now just about 10 minutes before the top of the hour, and today we're going to be a little bit warmer than we have been.
Yeah, we're building off of that frigid weather we were in yesterday. It's still not going to feel really warm out there. You're going to want to wear your winter coat and all that gear, too, that goes along with it, especially when we factor in the wind. Our high temperatures today into the teens, close to 20 degrees. We'll be at 19 in Fargo. Some sun mixed in with some clouds today, maybe a few flurries up north. We're seeing some of that. I'll show you that in a moment. And that wind coming in out of the southeast into the teens. Again, those gusts will be higher, so that's going to cut away from that warming effect we'll be having today. So we have most of us reporting temperatures in the single digits right now, up to 10 degrees in parts of the valley. So we'll warm up from there once that sun is up. And we're looking at that wind out of the southeast, speed to 22 miles per hour currently in Langdon. That's our peak speed at the moment. So that does cut into those temperatures. So it feels like when you're outside, teens below and single digits below zero. 5 below in Fargo, 12 below in Grand Forks. So a cold morning for sure to start off. It's just warmer than it was yesterday. And as we head into the rest of the day, we'll see some passing clouds, a few flurries out there. You can see some light snow showers up north. That's where we're closer to the low with the system that's passing through. And so we'll see that better chance for a few flurries in the northern valley. You can see some moving into Lake of the Woods County over by the Kitson County area, Hallock. You might be getting a couple of light snow showers at this point. And this is all traveling eastward here today. So northern valley, that's the better bet for some snow. We may see a few flurries in the south too underneath any clouds passing by. So here's a look at your afternoon planner. Teens to about 20 degrees for your high today. Again, a little more sunshine in the south, a high of 19 degrees. Tomorrow we may see more of those flurries and light snow showers up north happening, and temperatures that are gradually rising here as we head into the weekend. So by the time we head into Saturday and Sunday, it's looking really great for January. We'll be into the mid-20s on Saturday, Sunday 20s to about 30 degrees, and pleasant conditions. We're not looking at any major storm systems affecting us this weekend or at all really for the next 7 days. Another chance for some snow Monday into Tuesday, but not super organized, and it doesn't look like a big snow producer. We'll cool down by the end of the stretch, but all in all, not too bad this week. Let's check in now with Al.
Morning, Lise. Good morning, everyone. We're on Interstate 94 this morning, and Valley News Team's Marley Crawford is giving you a live view of what I'm seeing out here every morning. I'll tell you something. The traffic has definitely picked up, and so has the pace. No question about that. Our community is waking up, getting out, getting after it. 25th Street traffic, as you can see right there, is pretty busy this morning, and things westbound Interstate 94, lots of action out here as well. Eastbound I-94, not quite as strong, but my goodness, the travel speeds, I'm doing 60, and I'm being passed by an awful lot of vehicles out here. Could be a field day for our friends in the Highway Patrol or the Sheriff's Department if they wanted to lay a few traps, if you will. Interstate 29 traffic, I just got off that as well. Northbound I-29 traffic definitely picking up this morning. Southbound I-29 is also picking up, not as busy as northbound, just travel speeds out there about the same. Streets and avenues are getting busy as well. Roads are in great shape. Make sure you are driving extra carefully today. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
A Mandan woman has been sentenced to probation and restitution for embezzling from the North Dakota Department of Transportation. 62-year-old Dorma Steer embezzled more than $28,000 from June 2016 to December 2017 while working for the department's motor vehicle division.
She was fired after working nearly 2 decades for the agency. A restitution hearing is scheduled next month when prosecutors will ask for an amount to cover the embezzled money plus what it costs the state to investigate the case. Police in northern Minnesota are investigating a rash of vehicle thefts. It started Tuesday morning in Bagley with a call about 2 stolen cars and a stolen snowmobile. Throughout the day, more calls came in for the same things.
Police found most of the vehicles along with a TV and a chainsaw that had also been stolen from a home. But they're still searching for this Ski-Doo snowmobile that was stolen from a home. Sheriff's deputies do have fingerprints from the crime scene. North Dakota lawmakers expect oil tax collections to be almost $600 million lower than what Governor Doug Burgum had assumed in crafting his 2-year spending blueprint. Burgum proposed a $14.3 billion spending plan presented last month that predicted more than $4.6 billion in oil and gas tax revenue. But oil prices have slid in recent weeks.
Lawmakers estimate the revenue at $4 billion for the budget period. Legislative leaders say their blueprint better reflects the state's current economy, and it's the legislature that decides how much to spend on state government. The North Dakota House has endorsed a bill that raises the age of children who can be held responsible for breaking the law. Right now, kids under the age of 7 are presumed incapable of committing a crime, but the House raised that age to 10. The bill doesn't change the age at which children can be prosecuted as an adult, which is 14. The measure now goes to the Senate for consideration. People living in a South Fargo apartment building are cleaning up after a water main break. Plumbers replacing a water heater yesterday thought the water was shut off, but it wasn't. And that led to 4 inches of water flooding the lower level of Westmore Apartments. 8 units took on water, but damage costs have not yet been released. All of the families impacted by the flooding have been put up in hotels until they can return home.
At least 2 families are displaced after a fire in the Southern Valley. Take a look here. It happened yesterday afternoon in a 2nd-floor apartment at Wahpeton's Citizens National Bank building. The Wahpeton Daily News is reporting that no one was hurt and investigators are still looking for the cause of the fire. Today is the day for the state of the cities in the FM area, and 2 new mayors will step up to the podium this year. Newly elected mayors Bernie Dardis of West Fargo and Jonathan Judd of Moorhead will join Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney and Dilworth Mayor Chad Olson for the discussion about community issues. An NDSU student reached out to our whistleblower hotline after she says she wasn't given a refund for a study abroad trip despite medical reasons. Nicole Olson says her doctor told her not to go on that trip to India because of her multiple and severe mental health disorders.
She says NDSU told her they would refund as much money back as they could, but she's only seen about $100 of the $4,000 fee. Olson says with the short notice, she didn't expect her airfare to be reimbursed, but says hotel and busing fees were not paid for until the group got to India, and that's probably about $1,000. NDSU is not commenting on the situation. Emergency rooms and urgent care clinics are busy this week with people who fell on slippery sidewalks. The cities of Fargo and West Fargo are reminding property owners that they are responsible for cleaning snow and ice from public sidewalks in front of homes and businesses.
But there have been a lot of people who are not in compliance with the city rules. The Fargo Public Works Department recommends you call them if you see a sidewalk that has not been cleared off. A community is coming together to remember a Barnesville woman killed in a crash. Janie Halverson died last year, but her memory is still very much alive. Last night, friends and family released lanterns in the sky to remember Janie and the impact she had on their lives.
The 28-year-old died in a car accident near Rolog, Minnesota. Janie's parents say last night's tribute was not about mourning her death. Her family says it was about celebrating her life and where she's at now. If you thought it was cold here the other day, listen to this. Participants from 5 countries just took part in a Polar Climate International Marathon. The race was held around an Arctic village located in the far northeastern corner of Russia.
If people ever complain about the cold here, I'm one of them. I need to think about this more often. At race time, the temperature was nearly 60 degrees below zero. That's insane.
Look at those frosty eyelashes.
Oh my gosh, it's no surprise that this race wasn't attended by many. Only 19 people from Russia, France, India, and Thailand, along with Austria, took part in that race, and all of them, I think, maybe need to be checked out by a doctor for a lot of things as to why they maybe want to go running there.
Crazy. Yeah. Runners are crazy anyway, but that is absurd.
Well, let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's that question. 57% of singles experience this before their first date.
The answer? Sweaty palms. Remember, you can take part in our question of the morning every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. Go ahead and join the conversation. And let's get one more check of our Thursday morning forecast. Not as cold as those marathoners we're running through.
No, that would be brutal. We're looking at temperatures that are much, much better than that, and numbers that will end up into the teens, above zero here in the valley. 19 degrees your high in Fargo, with some sunshine mixed in with some clouds, especially up north, and it'll get breezier today. We're talking winds out of the southeast. That's a nice warmer wind than the northwesterly breeze we had recently, and that will help to usher in some warmer weather. We're at 10 degrees right now in Fargo, 6 in Grand Forks. And we're looking at wind speeds that are into the teens, all the way up to 26 in Langdon. So you're going to want to bundle up today. Wind chills are still below zero.
But improvements on the way.
Yes. Yes.
The Today Show on CBS This Morning are just about to start. But remember, the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us right now on the